Hey, in the kitchen with me. You're not going to believe this. I'm going to have dinner. Seriously, I'm going to get it all the way ready in 7 minutes. And even with the added challenge of having the kids totally freaking crazy right now. But this is the way it is. This is the way it is right here. You know, my freezer, it's crazy. And here we go. This is something, it's kind of a standby meal, much like my tomato meatball soup, and if you haven't tried that yet, get on it. That stuff is good. And if you got Trader Joe's, you know, I recommend the Trader Joe's brand tomato soup and meatballs. If you got that, it's also good. But here we go. Tonight, on the menu, I am making salmon noodle casserole. You've probably seen that on there before if you have paid attention. What's she doing? Charlotte, sit on your butt. I'm just going to get this in here real quick and then I'll be able to move forward. It's an old standby. It's salmon noodle casserole is exactly what you think it is. If you grew up having tuna noodle casserole, that's pretty much what this is, minus the mercury. I did grow up having tuna noodle casserole, and in fact, I gotta say, it's probably my all-time favorite childhood food. Probably not everyone, but for me, it is. And this is the way that my great-grandmother made it. It's the way I grew up having it. And I have modified it just a little. And so in the pot, I'll list the recipe of this obviously, is this is for 4 people. 4 ounces of noodles. Old school, elbow, if you'd like. I'm actually a fan of using rotini or fusilli for the casserole. It holds the sauce really well, and it's just a little bit more grown up. Into that, at the same amount of time, I put in a cup of peas. Optional, but you know, if people in your house tolerate peas, throw them in there. I used to just put them frozen into the casserole. Not a good idea. They were always still a little tough, so I fully cook them, and it takes 7 minutes to cook peas. Do. This is what I use. I use salmon instead of tuna. As I said, you know, I'm a little hardcore on a lot of issues, if mercury is one of them. I like this, pouch size, 7 ounces. I suppose you could use, if you're gonna, you can do this with tuna, dude, whatever you want. You can use, like, you know, 2 4-ounce cans of tuna, or, you know, 2 4-ounce cans of salmon, if you get it that way. You want to get the no skin, no bones salmon, so, but I do recommend this. Easy schmeezy, you don't have to drain it. And the reason I have kind of stalled on never listing this recipe is because I'm a little bit embarrassed if I'm cooking something that uses cream of mushrooms too. Because you know, it's not totally my style. Of course, this is not opening as easily as it normally would. So, okay. This is one of those times for you to bust out all that crazy Corningware casserole dishes you inevitably got at your bridal shower. I know I'm not the only one who gets that. Put that whole pouch in there. Now this...
Another book from Mrs. T that is tricky.
Okay, I'll help you later. Hold on one second. Now this, I just break it up with a fork, and this is the amount for the calories I figured out. Honestly, this is a super flexible casserole, and you can use more or less of any of these things. It's not going to make that big of a difference. You know about my carb control portion advice, and that's why we just are using 4 ounces of the pasta. It makes it a little bit creamier casserole than not. But if you want to stretch this and you've got 6 people in your family, just do the same amount of filling, 6 ounces of pasta, no big deal. A little bit less creamy, not really a huge deal. You get the gist. So you're putting a whole can of cream of mushroom soup. Whatever you want to use. I use the Healthy Request, because why not? Why not? Why not be a little healthier? And my calories are for the Healthy Request. Also, this is interesting to know. put in a 1/4 cup of mayo. My calories will be for the light mayo. Light mayo has high fructose corn syrup in it. I've got regular canola mayo in there for if I'm making a sandwich for the kiddos. But for this, something interesting to know. Use whatever kind of mayo you want. But the calories I give you are going to reflect this. I repeat. But this is interesting enough. When you bake it, this holds up at a creamy state. Probably because it's crap. If you use regular full-fat mayo, canola mayo, or can you check on her for me real quick? Or, as I've been known to do in the past in a pinch, make your own mayonnaise, which is actually the best version we've ever had. That mayo will separate, even the full-fat mayo, not just your homemade. And it'll be a little different. It won't be as creamy, still delicious, not as creamy. Maybe the oil separates out, you know. It's just what it is. What happens. All right, so you got a 1/4 cup of mayo in there. You got a whole can of the soup. You're gonna put in 1 teaspoon of mustard. Use Dijon mustard, not yellow French's mustard. Give me a break. Okay, just a teaspoon. That mustard flavor really goes all through. I'm making a mess. I don't know what is going on. It's the pressure. It's the pressure. All right, salt and pepper. Shakety shake. It's not rocket science. And a splash of milk, 2 tablespoons to be exact. Any kind of milk you want. My calories are going to reflect 2%. 1, 2. And that is that. You mix it all together into a creamy delight. And I can't remember off the top of my head what the calories are, but never you fear. I will let you know. And this is one of those things outside of boiling the water, and because you can do it in a small pan because we're not doing a lot of noodles, dude, I mean, I'm not kidding. It hasn't even been 7 minutes. We're at just about 6 minutes, and I'm almost done. Then you bake this at 350 for 30 minutes. Mr. F, of course, loves it if you put some breadcrumbs on top, but you've got to be kidding me. I'm not topping carbs with carbs. That's not going to happen.
Oh my goodness, troublemaker!
Oh no. I will tell you that the noodles get nice and crispy on the top, and so I mean, you still feel like you get a little bit of topping. So basically, I'm just making this uniform, creamy, you know, casserole texture, and then just going to toss the noodles and peas right in there. You can do this the night ahead.
Guess what she did?
Okay, hold on 1 second. What did she do?
Knocked over it with this.
Oh, okay.
And then it was like she could creep out.
Oh, the stroller?
Yeah.
Okay, well she's fine now. She's right here. And what I serve this with, I already got peas going on there. I got a cup of peas. That's not really a full serving of peas. You want to eat? You want to draw with that marker? I usually take 2 apples, peel them, core them, dice them. I put those in a saute pan with a little bit of water. You know what time it is. Time to drain. A little bit of water. And I kind of steam those in there. And then for about, until they're soft, you know, 5 to 10 minutes, depends on the variety of apples. And then I add in 1 cup of applesauce, half a tablespoon to a tablespoon of brown sugar or maple syrup. Again, that's depending on the variety of apples, you know how tart they are. Some ground cinnamon, and